Most people see Bill Cipher as a cold killer, a demon who destroys lives without hesitation. Souls mean nothing, death means nothing, and looking at what he's done, that conclusion feels unavoidable, but that explanation leaves something unanswered. Because Bill doesn't kill like someone who feels nothing. He kills like someone who refuses to feel. And there's a difference. You're not wrong to call Bill Cipher a monster, or to hold him responsible for every life he's taken. But if you want to understand whether killing ever mattered to him, why traces of emotion still break through his memories, and whether Bill was always this way, then you have to look past the bodies. Because the real question isn't how many people Bill killed, it's what he had to destroy inside himself to do it. One of the biggest misconceptions about Bill Cipher is that he's powerful on his own, that without limits, he could just bend reality whenever he wants. But the truth is almost the opposite. Without deals, Bill Cipher is powerless. Bill exists primarily in the mindscape. On his own, he can observe, influence dreams, and whisper ideas, but he can't actually change reality unless someone lets him in. That's why deals are such a crucial part of Bill's strategy. Every deal gives Bill permission to act. Without consent, Bill can't cross the boundary between thought and reality. This is also why Bill tries to make as many deals as possible to gain power. As long as people are shaking his hand, talking about him, or thinking about him, Bill remains anchored to the world. He stays present. He stays dangerous. Without deals, Bill fades into the background, reduced to a thought with no leverage. So manipulation isn't just a tactic for Bill, it's a survival mechanism. Being ignored is the one thing Bill Cipher can't survive. At first glance, the Book of Bill looks weird, but look closer. There's blood. There's a human spine. There are neurons. And once you realize what neurons actually are, it becomes disturbing. Neurons in human brain are the fundamental units of brain activity. They are literally what create thought, memory, awareness, consciousness itself. And the Book of Bill is filled with them. This suggests a horrifying possibility. Bill Cipher doesn't just influence minds, he may interface with them directly. Think about it. Bill exists in the mindscape. He needs thoughts to survive. He needs observers to remain real. So what if Bill anchors himself not just to people, but to the neural activity inside their brains? The book may be an extension of Bill's nervous system. The presence of blood and a human spine implies something even darker, that Bill's survival isn't clean or abstract, it's parasitic. He doesn't just live in minds, he feeds on the process that creates them. This would explain why Bill talks constantly, why silence weakens him, why forgetting him is lethal. No neurons firing, no Bill, and it explains why he speaks directly to the reader. You're not just reading the book, your brain is activating it. When Bill Cipher possesses someone, it's never temporary. Even when the body is returned, something is always left behind. So what actually happens to a person, or a soul, when Bill uses them as a puppet? We know from Gravity Falls that when Bill possesses someone, the effect is permanent. When Bill takes over Dipper's body, Dipper isn't unconscious, he's displaced. His body is stolen, his mind is removed, and his soul is left alone, detached from anything physical. The only reason Dipper survives is because he manages to find his way back, but Bill has been doing this for a very long time, which raises a terrifying possibility. What if some souls never found their way back? What if others made deals so deep, so absolute, that they gave up the right to ever inhabit a body again? We know Bill collects souls. The Book of Bill is explicitly said to contain a soul within it. And throughout the book, there are moments where it feels like someone else is writing, as if Bill isn't the only voice present. That suggests something disturbing. Those who make darker deals with Bill may not just lose control temporarily, they may become bound to him, disconnected from bodies, unable to return to reality, reduced to fragments of thought, memory, or voice, stored inside Bill's artifacts. Bill Cipher fears very few things, but there's one creature he clearly despises: the axolotl. So why would a chaos demon hate something so harmless? In the Gravity Falls universe, the axolotl is a godlike being, ancient, patient, and beyond Bill's manipulation. But the symbolism goes deeper. In the real world, axolotls have an almost unnatural ability. They can regrow limbs, organs, and yes, even neurons. They repair damage instead of avoiding it. And that may be exactly why Bill hates them. Bill's entire existence depends on damaged minds, fractured thoughts, unstable neurons, broken people willing to make deals. Axolotls don't stay broken. If Bill anchors himself to minds through neural damage, trauma, and fragmentation, then a being defined by regrowth and repair would be immune to him. That makes axolotls dangerous. When Ford was working with Bill on the portal, Ford receives an axolotl as a pet, and Bill immediately reacts with hostility because the axolotl represents something Bill despises: healing instead of denial, repair instead of chaos, rebirth instead of avoidance. By never letting wounds close, the axolotl symbolizes the opposite. It regrows what was lost. It remembers without breaking. That's why Bill avoids axolotls. That's why he mocks them. And that's why the axolotl stands above him. Not as a rival in power, but as someone that puts Bill to his place. Bill Cipher kills without hesitation. Worlds burn, people die, and he barely reacts. So is Bill Cipher simply a cold, remorseless killer, or did something break along the way? In Gravity Falls, Bill treats life as meaningless. Souls are tools. Death is entertainment. But pieces of his past suggest this wasn't always true. Bill remembers Euclidia, and when he does, his memories fracture. I have a whole video covering this exact thing already up in my channel. Go check it out. I'm making more videos like this in the future, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them.